Welcome to Hey Stella Tarot and your end of year 2024 overview. Okay, I'm Sam. I'm here to be your candid but very caring messenger to help you connect with, hone your intuition, to gain clarity, empower yourself to your highest soul alignment. There's going to be a lot of changes in 2025, including this setup. I don't know when in 2025, but definitely needs to happen. I do need you to know, though, that these readings are meant for entertainment and inspiration only. They are not a substitute for professional advice, especially when it comes to health, finance, or legal matters. So always trust your intuition. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. I always say that your life is your art and only you hold the brush. So that applies here as well. If you're about this vibe, though, I do recommend that you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a reading. I do minis as well, or just a dose of magic on any topic. So if you're into healing, growth, the law of attraction, check out my downloadable guidebooks as well on my shop, which is linked in the description. But if there's something a little more spicy that you are after, I do now offer extended and 18+ readings inside my TikTok subscription sealed section. Try saying that 3 times fast. And of course, to dive even deeper into your own unique situation, bookings for personal readings are open also via the link in the description. Just be sure to leave your question in the notes section when you check out. So before we start, I'm so grateful you're here. Let's take a deep breath. Take a moment to set an intention for this reading. Grab something to take notes with, and let's tap in and begin. Again, this is your end of year 2024 overview. So we're going to look at love, money, and what you need to focus on to wrap this year up beautifully. Okay, like a gift to 2025. This is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, and this is pile number 3. I'm going to turn over the cards inside your reading. So take that moment. When you choose, the timestamps are in the description box below. Let's get into it. Pile number 1, you chose the magic card. Okay, I love this. I feel like this is your overview for the rest of 2024 so that we can wrap up 2024 in the best way possible and launch into 2025 with this dose of magic. So I really feel you're using your intuition about what's most important for you to be doing at this time and who to connect with, especially with that eye in the middle and just this mirroring effect. I'm hearing as above, so below. So there's an energy of recognizing that perhaps this year wasn't as easy for you, but your intuition is telling you that there's more to be uncovered. Especially, with magic, I could immediately think of the magician, but I thought of the high priestess. So there's things here that are yet to be figured out and that your intuition is still kind of guiding you on. However, with the magician energy showing up, it's kind of the same thing of you still need to pull some rabbits out of this hat. You still feel like you might flop, that you might fail, okay? But I get the sense that because you believe that you can, you actually will. And I know that's so cliched, but it's something deep within your bones. Your crown chakra might need some clearing, okay? There's almost this sun energy at the back of this. So, and this is the color as well of like third eye with the eye in the middle and crown. So interesting that it's like your upper chakras. So from your solar plexus, which is yellow, which is the sun, and then all the way through to your heart, your throat, your third eye, and your crown. Maybe wearing some amethyst or just wearing the color purple in various shades might actually help you. A purple headband or hat even. Okay, let's get into the love portion of this reading and see how this connects even more. So for pile number 1, please, Spirit, tap me into the pile energy of pile number 1 when it comes to love to wrap up 2024. What do they need to know when it comes to love before the end of this year? What's coming through? The moon. Yeah, so there's that hidden energy. And that's it. It's almost like an eclipse. Wait, we have an eclipse coming up, don't we? In Capricorn season? Yeah, I need to look into that. But the sun and the moon are here. And phases of the moon. Cancer Pisces energy. It's like you might not think there's anyone on the horizon because of the sun kind of setting. It's like the sun's in your eyes, and you're like, oh, back to nighttime, back to like, especially like I'm seeing someone sitting on the couch and being lonely, which sucks at Christmas time, trust me. The Lover's in a blockage position, yeah. Okay, now we're talking. Justice, wow, major arcana, much. 4 of Swords, 10 of Wands. Right, so I feel like there's an end. There's an ending of a period of feeling unloved or unlovable or forgotten. I'm hearing misplaced, okay? So maybe it's like I'm in the wrong environment to find love right now. What's at the bottom of the deck? 9 of Cups. But you're independently going to satisfy yourself by the end of 2024. I feel like you feel quite fulfilled. You know how to fill your own cup. You know what to do. You know how to pour into yourself. For some of you, there is like some question mark over a relationship if you are in a relationship, especially a marriage or a de facto situation where you actually live together. And it's like, okay, is this the best thing for me because I'm tired of carrying all the weight in this relationship and I'm actually feeling spiritually guided to retreat. So that's just for some of you, but I feel like for most of you, it's an energy of feeling quite lonely. And that the retreating to your own home isn't such a bad thing after all, especially if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. It just feels very cozy. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere like me, it's damn hot. And that's when everyone's kind of out adventuring, having fun, and you might be really resentful a little bit is coming up as well. But it's again, I feel like emotions are misplaced right now. What are you trying to tell me about that misplaced emotions and the like? They want to say gurgling resentment. Okay, very graphic. Okay, 8 of Swords. It's all in your head. So don't hermit yourself too much. The 4 of Swords is a rest. It's like, okay, sleep on it. Go do your retreat. Go take your mini, solo vacation. But after that, after the 10 of Wands comes the Ace of Wands. After that, we need some passion. After that, we need, there's actually hotties out here waiting for you. There's actually confidence out here waiting for you, the Hierophant. Look, I feel like it's an energy of, well, if I can't beat him, I'm going to join him, okay? So you might have like misplaced feelings about relationships because of a divorce or a separation, even from a while ago. Where you just haven't come out of the darkness yet. But there's magic brewing here. There's actually magic in feeling flippant and feeling free and feeling unbound to anyone. But you just have to see it from a new perspective. And so maybe it's like getting sexy by going on lots of dates. You don't have to take it to the next level with anyone. In fact, I don't really see that. I actually feel like it's just getting your confidence back by dating in general. By going on lots of dates, by dressing up, by allowing people to ask you out. That's interesting, allowing them to. You might have really felt... I'm getting like, this is so funny, cat bum face, okay? I feel like I've said that in a post recently. It's like someone's got a cat bum face, like very tense, like the lips are pursed. It's like open your mouth, unclench the jaw. Yeah, it's like I had a vision for where I would be by this time this year. I thought this year was going to be different, but actually I can still believe in love. I believe in a thing called love. Love that song. I'm still holding on hope for like the traditional I choose you, you choose me. But for right now, I just heard ICQ. Okay, so some of you might have been around back in the ICQ days. And it's like, maybe someone from the past is coming up here. Like, there's nothing really here that speaks of that. Maybe the moon. Or maybe a relationship that fell apart once before. You're just reigniting, maybe going back to like a fun ex, like someone that was around in high school days or something like that. That's also just a side note, but I get the feeling that it's like, don't give up hope on what you really want, but just play with the energy for right now. Yeah, 6 of Pentacles. I mean, this can kind of hint towards a past energy as well. It's like, be generous to yourself, but be generous with the love that you spread around. And I don't mean it sexually, honestly. It's kind of not coming across like that. It feels more grounded. It's like being loving and generous with your energy helps you to receive more of it and helps you to see through the dark, where you're like, oh wait, not all men are horrible, not all women are. Oh, I just heard a really nasty word then. The see you next Tuesday word. Gosh, okay. Oh, and I feel my eyes like prickling with tears. So for my femmes who are watching this, there could even be a friendship that really cut you to the core. And obviously if you're a femme who likes femmes, it's like, that could be a real emotional trigger. I'm hearing bi too, so there's a mixed bag, all welcome here, but a trigger to not let that hold you back forever, to keep believing in something better. Yeah, and I actually feel like this is what I was going to get to. Thank you, Spirit. Love when that happens. I was going to get to the fact that once you're out and about, it's like, then, especially like this time of year, if you're out somewhere, I feel like you see all the people from your past. If you live in an area that you actually grew up in, or that you're visiting an area that you grew up in, and it's like all the people from the past are back home. So you going out, I'm hearing you've got to turn on a new location. You've got to turn on a new location. I've never been on dating. Well, I've been on Hinge for like 2 days. But I've never been on them long enough to know exactly how they work. Never been on a date through a dating app. TMI. But it's like you're running into these people and then having a bigger and better night. It's like, yeah, thanks for such a nice evening. Okay, I'm going to go hang out with these people because you just ran into them and you have like this unexpectedly great time. There's magic in the waters. And these people are in a pub. Like, these people are in a bar collaborating. And again, like, there's a reminiscent energy that I feel like is coming from this moon. Page of Pentacles. It's the small things. Enjoy the small things. And now I'm hearing Blink 182 songs. So yeah, kind of love this energy for you. I'm going to put, wait, let's get one card for, what's the advice about love? What's the advice about love to wrap up 2024 for pile number 1? Hey. Roots. Yeah, I feel like you might be going home. Or you're just, if you're not going home, like back to the place where you grew up, there's just something like grounding in the present. So, and that's interesting because I was talking about your upper chakras here, but this is like obviously your root chakra, your lowest chakra. Being around family, maybe even hanging out with siblings, and you meet someone from your past that you want to like have a fun time with, have a little flirt with. But it's even the word little flirt isn't enough, because I feel like it's extremely confidence boosting for you to have these like dates. That's what it feels like. Just going out, being out of the house. And it could be in nature too. It's not like nighttime dates and all pubs and drinking. Like, it's not about that. There's something here that's very healthy about all of this. But being very present in that, so that all of this upper chakra stuff can light up again and guide the way. Yeah, it's very healing. Love that. It's poppy energy. Okay. Okay, let's put some money stuff over the top of these cards. What does pile number 1 need to know about money and career to wrap up 2024? What's ahead? Oh wait, I used this deck already. Hang on a minute. Rewind. But I'm going to keep that in mind. What was that? 4 of Cups. Thank you, Spirit. King of Swords. Temperance. Again, there's a healing energy. I mean, it's healing because you're actually, of the way you're speaking to yourself. And I put that over the 8 of Swords. So the way you're speaking to yourself is like giving yourself a little pep talk and being like, you know what? Is it really that bad? 6 of Pentacles again. You had that at the bottom of the deck before. And the King of Wands again. Yeah, okay, interesting. So I feel like the focus is on like people you used to work with, but I feel like it's like jobs where it might have been, oh, we used to work in this restaurant together, or you know, our first job, that's how I know this person. And just like feeling like, wow, that person, this is very oddly specific, but you're saying to yourself, wow, that person remembers me. Of course they freaking remember you. But this person might also be very like complimentary towards you. It's like how you see other people is actually, the good you see in other people is actually how they often see you. I do also feel like if you are attracted to your boss, if you're in a traditional job, your boss, I'm getting closure here, okay? It's like you're attracted to this person, but not in a way where you think, oh, I'm going to like try and get with my boss. It's closure because this person, you realize the way this person actually speaks to you is not how you'd like to be treated in a relationship, but also not necessarily how you'd like to be treated in a job. So you might even be thinking in 2025 that it might be time for a career change. However, you're staying for the money, or you're staying for, like, there's a great Christmas party and you always get a really good bonus, or you get a big hamper of something. It feels like the only time you like your job is this time of year. If you have a career, I feel like you are sending out like thank you cards, and that seems really old school, but it's like the personal touch. It actually feels quite, a lot of people really appreciate it and might even reciprocate it by, especially if you have a bricks and mortar store, bringing in like cakes and especially like fruit. What do you call it? Like fruit cake? That really pudding, like, you can really see that I'm getting into the Christmas spirit, hey? Yeah, the cake that comes in like fabric. Okay. I'm also looking directly at this roots card. So I feel like if you are someone who doesn't enjoy your job, you are planning to, or have this year, and there's a need to appreciate how far you've come. You're planning to put down more roots. So you could be trying to save for a home and realizing that you might need equal. So you might, oh, I'm getting a little dizzy speaking about that. So that could be like giving you a bit of a head spin. And I was just about to say, you've been told that you need, like, if you're going for a $500,000 loan, it's like they're telling you need $250,000 deposit, which feels very odd to me, but it's like much bigger, and I feel like it's half. Or if there's something like that in order to renovate the home, or like something to do with home, solidifying something, even maybe getting a new rental that is long term and safer and more enjoyable, and you can work from home, that kind of energy, like really setting down roots. And it could even be by yourself, with that Nine of Cups kind of at the bottom of the deck here. And it might be a long time since you've lived by yourself, but there's a sense of, I want to make it my own, but saying that you might need 6 months in advance rent or something like that. And it could make your head spin a little bit, but that's has forced you this year to actually look at where you're overdoing it for people who are only generous to you at one time of the year instead of every time that you're showing up. And not that we need that much validation, but it's like the thing, I wanted to work for someone that really appreciated me, so I employed myself. Okay, so I feel like you've got several things that can blossom and grow in 2025. Now, it doesn't mean that they get launched in 2025. Some of them will, two specifically, but I feel like there's more that will be unseen, right? Magic, under the ground, darkness. We know the sun's out there, but we're not building it toward, like, it's not a sunflower leaning towards the sun. It's a bulbous thing that it's under the ground, and that's where the reward is. Some of you could be getting into mining careers. I'm also here in Houston, so yeah, that's quite interesting. Okay, bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Swords. So again, a need to, like, that's that dizzy mindset that I was getting. A need to maybe prepare yourself for perhaps some people trying to get in your ear over the holidays about what they think that you should be doing, but keeping some things quiet with that intuitive high priestess energy, just being like, I'm going to read the room and I'm going to validate myself throughout my day to day, so that when I have these moments, I don't crumble under the pressure of someone else's opinion. There's a newfound confidence and it feels sturdy. Robust is the word. The advice for your money situation, you've got orphaned. Yeah, so perhaps really just being like, yeah, this is the end. All that glitters and wanting to come out in reverse. Yeah, I feel like it's like all this like sparkly party situation is not enough, because I've been masking up to turn up. And I feel like I'm only appreciated when it suits someone else. So that's card number 5. I do feel like change is afoot here. Actually, and that's 7. So change and looking at multiple possibilities, right? Looking at multiple streams of income now, and really researching them, really allowing yourself maybe even some downtime. I'm specifically seeing now my Southern Hemisphere friends sitting in the sun, in nature, and like dream journaling, maybe Pinteresting, I don't know, like a bunch of different situations, maybe watching a bunch of TED Talks or inspirational podcasts or something like that, and really like brain mapping how things are going to pan out for you in 2025 and forward. It feels like 5-year plan kind of stuff coming up here, because you want to be able to give generously to others, more so than you are now. But the biggest generosity you can give to yourself is to pull the mask off so you can be authentically appreciated and no longer like neglected. And I feel like there's a domino effect with love and money being intertwined, and it's just like enough is enough, something's got to give, like let's change some stuff up. Yeah, chop wood. So I feel like 2025 is going to be quite busy for you, very productive for you, but again stabilizing, because I've been able to take that potential timber from my own land. Like there's something, and that's a metaphor, but it could be very real for someone, like taking the timber, logging, I guess, state forests, of course, taking something that you've grown and then utilizing it in a very utilizing that harvest in a very sustainable sense. Interesting message. All right, let's get into what you need to wrap up. What does pile number 1 need to wrap up? What do they need to focus on before 2024 is out? There's that high priestess. You need to focus on, wow, Wheel of Fortune. When you start getting into this energy of really looking ahead with confidence, I shit you not. Wow. The King of Wands has shown up 3 times here. So this is really getting yourself on a spiritual path with the High Priestess energy twice. And I mean that, bear with me. So if you're not super spiritual, it's still like, I am aligned. I talk about alignment on one of my Instagram pages nonstop, because it's so freaking important to be in something, do something with our lives, our purpose, that fully satiates, I guess, our beliefs, values, and it actually, that's the motivator. Doing something that you love will forever motivate you. And I love this, I get demotivated, but it's always outside interferences that then I come back to. I'm like, oh, that was the problem. It wasn't actually me being frustrated by this. And that's where I feel like if there's a creative block happening for some of you, it's all in your head. You need to get out more. You need to live more. You need to like have experiences to make the art worthwhile, I guess. So I really feel you innovating your life, really strategizing your life, planning your life. But when you get into that energy, man, does the universe give you some surprises. So by the end of the year, before the end of the year, expect some magic. There we go. Coming full circle. It's like, and there's an eye in the middle of that wheel. Just like that one. So beautiful. Get into that energy. See with your third eye, like, what's the best that could freaking happen? And then kind of let it go. Surrender, because you're just like enjoying yourself. You're having confidence. You're having there's a profound confidence. It's very deep. 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So enjoying family time together and really deciding what a future is going to look like. Now we have the Six of Cups, right? Now we have that energy of nostalgia coming through. So family energy, connecting with old friends, reminiscing about times past, but very much believing in or acting as if you already have what you're believing in, okay? Seven of Cups again. So lots of opportunities, lots of options. What you need to focus on is expansion. It's not actually honing in on one thing and finishing that one thing. It's actually, how do I give myself more on my plate? How do I put more on my plate in a fun way, in a magic way, in an aligned, purposeful, fulfilling way? And how do I take it from, perhaps there's been some resentment. Yeah, and perhaps there's been some, almost like you've been short-tempered because there's so much going on in your mind. You're like, yep, snappy, but not realizing. I actually feel like it's not snappy. It's more like simmering. People can feel that you're like smoldering or angsty, okay? Interesting. Channeling that through action, through expansion, through doing things, through shooting your shot. It's very Sagittarian kind of energy coming through, which is actually really cool. So focus on expansion, focus on building confidence, working out, being outdoors, like going on fun dates, dressing up, looking good. And the universe is going to provide for you. So that's actually some really lighthearted advice, is just to really feel all your feelings for the rest of 2024. Let's get a hint as to what might be coming in 2025. I'm going to do a whole reading on that, but what's a card just to give us a hint? I mean, that in itself is such a hint. Page of Cups. I feel like 2025 is going to be the year where you're like, damn, I believe that pigs might fly and they're actually flying. Damn, I owe myself an apology for what I thought I couldn't do. Look at me achieving everything. So I love this for you. Beautiful energy, pile number 1. I hope this is useful. Please drop a comment how it was useful for you. I love to read all your comments. And if, of course, you'd like to go more specific into any topic at all, go and check out my private readings. The link is in the description box. Just make sure you're adding your question to the notes at checkout so that I can get as in-depth a message for you as possible. They're recorded video readings, by the way, if you didn't know that. So you actually get a YouTube video link. And they're, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or 45 minutes. So they're quite lengthy and they're quite in-depth. So I'm really proud of what I've been able to create with those. So for some reason, someone needed to hear that. So if this has been valuable, let me know. Stick around. I'll see you in the next reading, and have an amazing end of 2024. I'll see you next year. Pile number 2. You actually got 2 cards here. You got Sweetness and Trust. This is your message all about the rest of 2024. What you need to focus on. We're going to look at love, money, and what to wrap up before the year is out. So Sweetness and Trust, and you've got the heart on the lollipop, but you've also got it in the middle of this maze. It's like perhaps this is kind of like a key that opens this. It's like that's just opened, like some kind of I want to say sarcophagus. What? Sarcophagus? You know what I mean. Interesting. Yeah, I'm kind of seeing like beetle imagery from that. Scarab beetle, which is like, I'm pretty sure in Egyptian history is like a royal, something royal. Someone look that up and drop it in the comments. Yeah, I get the sweetness to life that you've been cultivating, and dare I say, sucking on for dear life, right? Has opened up, or will open up before the end of the year, and unlock something. Specifically, I'm getting a relationship, but unlock a truth. it's not just trust, it's like something that you knew all along. I trusted myself and I trusted the journey, I trusted the path, and now it's unlocking this to give me the answers that I need. Something's been hidden. Okay. Talk to me, Spirit. Pile number 2. What do they need to know? What's happening in love in the rest of 2024? Ooh. 5 of Pentacles. Page of Swords. Yeah, I like a locked out of heaven kind of vibe is coming through, and you needed the truth. But it was almost like the truth was there all along, and that's why your intuition knew about it. It's like you could actually see at the end of the tunnel, you could see that the universe had your back at the end of the tunnel, and you can see there's the universe in the end of that walkway. The Star. Very healing energy. Clarify this 3 of Wands. Clarify the 3 of Wands. That did a spin. King of Pentacles. Yeah, this person's taken a long time. You've been very patient for this person to express their truth, to reveal themselves, if you didn't know who they were all along. This person had the money, but they didn't have the mindset. This person had the money, but they didn't have they didn't believe in their own manifestation abilities. But you were the muse. You were stepping into your highest good, right? You were sucking the sweetness out of life. You were like, right, I'm going to make my life so amazing so that I attract and magnetize this person towards me. If this person isn't already in your life in a big way, I feel like they're going to be. Bottom of the deck is you have the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, this investment has been worth it. Can we clarify what's going on here, please? And I get the feeling that you're in this, well, I've done everything I need to do. Everything feels wrapped up in terms of career, so it'll be interesting to see what comes through in money. It's coming to the point of like, now this is your enjoyment. It's like you've been busy enjoying life. And these are your overall cards, right? So they could go for love, money, or anything. But it's like you've been busy enjoying life. Even though it hasn't been quite enjoyable, even though you felt lonely, depressed, isolated, left out, unloved, and at times had a lack mindset. Definitely had a lack mindset. But you pulled the inner truth from yourself. It's like you didn't need anyone else to tell you that. This Page of Swords is far more advanced than its, than its capacity. Okay. Ace of Cups. Yeah, I just feel like you were born knowing. Why is this Page of Swords feeling so all-knowing? It's almost feeling Empress-like. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 swords in the background there. So this is a calm state of being. Even when you were in a lack mindset, especially around money, you never lacked love for yourself. Or when you did, you knew how to recirculate it, is how it's kind of saying. It's almost like you need to turn the pump up and then add more water to the fountain. You know those little water fountains, and when they dry up, they start making a whirring noise, and then all the pretty like waterfall features don't actually work. You needed to put more water into it. You've been busy loving on other people, and it's definitely paid off. Wheel of Fortune, yeah, and it's going to pay off even more. Star, Wheel of Fortune, it's big time stuff. Like this feels like finally getting recognition in a relationship. This feels like finally getting reciprocity in a relationship, and it feels like solidifying a relationship into relationship status, especially if it's been situationship, if it's been friendship, if it's been I've been patient because someone needed to heal. But you needed to do your own healing, and you understood the assignment. And your own healing, I strongly feel, has got to do with money or a mindset. And that's why this person, very twin flamey kind of energy, take it with a grain of salt. Who's coming towards? Who's this King of Crystals? Masculine or feminine? We have a mix of both within us. Page of Pentacles. And I said a big way and you give me the Page of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Oh. They're kind of saying like, we can skip the pleasantries. So I do feel like you know this person. They don't have to give you the key because you already had it. They're giving you something else. What is it that they're giving? So pile number 2 here. The Star. The mirroring energy. Reciprocity. Their healed version of themselves. This is not a proposal. It's a proposal to be in a relationship. It's getting into a relationship. It's getting into a healed dynamic. It's getting into a better place. It's getting into connections that feel destined. Temperance, because you've been so patient. Patience, patience, patience. This person is balancing things out finally. It's almost like the wheel was spinning off its head and you were wondering, when is this going to land? It's like, I knew I had the wheel. It's like you were wearing it in a locket around your neck the whole year, right? You were carrying sweetness in your heart. And that's what's got you through. But now it's unlocked because this person finally realizes they have the infinite potential to love. Finally realizes that they have the infinite potential to give beyond the expected. And to become more, they may have given you time, but they may not have given you quality presence. I do feel like you are getting a gift. Why the Ace of Pentacles in a reverse position? Okay, they're saying it's not going to be when you expect it. So it's not because it's Christmas time. It's not because it's the end of the year. They're biding their time now. It's almost like they want to surprise you. So it's almost, this feels like a decoy. Very interesting message. This person also might be giving you some money or something that enables you to get further in your money. Yeah. It's almost like they're giving you a hand up, not a hand out. This is a very like logical, grounded, career-oriented, family-oriented kind of person who doesn't, like when they do something, you know it's legit because they're never just doing anything like on the seat of their pants, like flying by the seat of their pants. Anything else about this relationship and connection? Very strange channeled message. I'm hearing you now have the ability to what's the word? I had it a second ago. When you flee something. To exile. Interesting. You now have the ability to exile. But I want to say exhale as well. And the next bit is the weird bit. The emotional suppository. Okay. Now I could be reaching here, but I get the feeling that this is something quite heavy. That I don't know if this person knows about, but there's something in your past when it comes to love that I feel has to do with conditional intimacy. Let me put it that way. Conditional intimacy. So this person feels like a safe, grounded place, and you're happy for it to go slower once you're in a connection with them, legit connection with them, because the safety it brings is going to lead you, Six of Swords again at the bottom of the deck, and that felt like a Six of Swords. It's going to lead you to a safer place, a safe harbor. a cool, calm, collected environment away from chaotic thinking. So this is not someone who is going to be rash with your emotions. That's a pretty intense message. I feel like we just need to leave that there because it's solid enough. A small gift, but a big step forward that will continue to move forward. It's reciprocity, it's balance, it's unconditional love, and it's slow and steady winning the race. Okay, what's the advice for love for pile number 2 for the rest of 2024? Strength. Gratitude. Yeah, see, you're grateful for this person, but you're also grateful for who you were in order to, I'm hearing like, bend the willow right to your door, willow right to your window, or something like that. It's a Taylor Swift song. I'm also seeing Easter might be important here. That you've awoken a success in your own life, in your own mind, that has awoken a success in this person's love outpouring towards you. You're so grateful for the storms that you face. You're very grateful for yourself, but you're also grateful for what this person will continue to do to take this from strength to strength. Something that, again, a Taylor Swift song, delicate, something that feels quite delicate. So your advice here is to have gratitude, to express that gratitude, to realize that as you're bending, you're not breaking. There's a flexibility here. And that flexibility is saying, this feels like a destined, with the 2 stars, it feels like a destined connection that can only get better. Oh, what's at the bottom of the deck? Held. Right, so I feel like you've been held in suspension for too long, and now you'll be held in place. Okay. All right, let's put some money cards on the top of these. Let's have a look at money for the rest of 2024. What does pile number 2 need to know? Hello. 9 of Wands. What does pile number... Queen of Wands. I was going to say Chariot. 6 of Pentacles. Money. Pile number 2, rest of 2024. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. It's a final push to receive. You became everything you needed to be to take the time off now to receive what you want to receive. You've been generous to yourself, and therefore people have been generous towards you. You've corrected, is what they're saying. You've corrected your confidence. You've corrected your purpose as well. So you may have taken like a very 90-degree turn on something that you were doing. It's feeling like adjacent possibilities is coming up here. So sideline to my job, I also do this. Or I had my own business, but I went back to it a day job so I could get like a line of credit or something like that. I pushed past a lack mindset, and what I uncovered was that I have like a whole lot more life to suck out of my life. Like, this sweetness and the Queen of Wands feel very connected. I'm also very much, and this is the first time I'm kind of getting this from these cards, even though you'd expect with like all the candles everywhere, the black cat, almost like a very ritualistic routine that you've gotten yourself into, harnessing your own light. Like, actually, some of you might be deeply like like deep visionaries. I kind of have this too. When I close my eyes and I get into a trance state or a meditative state, or when someone says imagine, like the movie in my head is like a Broadway blockbuster. Like it's the best show in the world. Vivid. And people say, I can see your eyes moving all over the place. It's like and when I explain it, I'm like, there's gold glitter and there's this. And they're like, how did you see all of that? I think that you have that ability, but I feel it's for your own healing. So you can see, you might be someone who can sense, but I feel like you see it. You see the parts of your body you need to heal, and you send light to that, and you can see the light like rejuvenating your body. Maybe that's something that can turn into a career for you. Like it's quite an adjacent possibility. Do you know what I mean? Especially if you've been in a job where you were a leader, I'm seeing like a school teacher or a camp leader, or like something kind of like a tour guide even. And now you're just taking this like 90-degree angle. It's not completely 180. It's not completely different, but it's the next step. You've kind of come out of the closet, but not the step up the ladder that people would expect from that career path. And it feels like you're rewarded for that before the end of the year. How are they rewarded? Yeah, there's the Chariot. Interesting. That's probably why I thought the same kind of color background. Look at these two cards. Like that's a lot of energy and a lot of movement. It's really beautiful, actually. So you're rewarded perhaps with a vehicle. Like if I take that very, I want to say logically. It could also be that you're rewarded with like fuel vouchers that help you, that you're allowed to use whenever you want, that allow you to go on a trip, and you're like, don't have to tell me twice, I'm out of here. So you're going to seek more sweetness because you don't hang around waiting for this person. Your waiting is actually, well, if I've only got 2 months left, I better hurry up. I better get things done. I better explore more. I better make myself more profitable, more. I feel like the things that you've put in that you have put so much effort into, and it's almost to the point of burnout in a financial sense, almost to the point of burnout, but being guided by a higher power, by a vision, these things are now strongly rewarding you. 5 of Pentacles again at the bottom of the deck, and we started there. So it's like we're rewarding you by whenever now you feel a lack mindset, you know, look at that. And I forgot all about this card. You know that the key, and it's a love heart shaped key hanging in the background here, is right there. So you can cry your tears, you can get frustrated, you can stop for a day, but you get back up and you're like, all right, let's open that door. What else is it? You are one of those people. There's an old kids show here in Australia called Play School, and they have like these windows, and what window are you going to pick to go on a different adventure? It's kind of like Choose Your Own Adventure Goosebumps book or something like that. Yeah, it kind of looks like a love heart. And you've chosen like this scarab beetle window, this maze window, and you're like, okay, let's go. Now you're not afraid of a lack mindset because you know that you can push through anything with the belief, with the willpower, with the drive, with the purpose, with that vision, with that creativity. And it's rewarding you by helping you to move forward. And that's like this energy that's very intertwined, which happened to pile 1 as well, but yours is more so that you're happy for this person and this connection to move slowly because it's still moving, but you're moving in leaps and bounds always. You're never getting stuck again. This is just a temporary feeling for you. I also get the feeling this is something that you've decided you don't really have to understand. You're happy to live it. You're happy to do it. Okay. What's the advice here for finances and money. What? See, that's the energy. I feel like the spiritual element to your finances and to your passion and your purpose and how things work out for you, you've just decided not to overthink it. So it's kind of funny. People are like, oh, how do you do that? I'm like, I just do. Chop wood. Okay. Is it preparation? What are you preparing for? What's the advice? Observer. Okay, so there is a little bit of planning you might have to do for 2025 when it comes to finances. You might have to stockpile something. You might have to just clean the office. You might have to make a marketing plan before the year is out. You know, if you own your own business or something like that, it's just getting some supplies ready. Especially, and they're kind of saying like, especially because some might be on special. Because it's like the shelves are full because everyone's doors are closed but yours. Okay, very specific for someone. Let's have a look at what does pile number 2, Spirit, need to focus on and wrap up before the end of the year. What does pile number 2 need to focus on and wrap up before the end of the year? Nine of Wands again. 3 of Pentacles. I feel like for some of you might be severing ties with a collaborator or a partner. You're like, all right, we're just going to finish this to the best of our ability and then we're going to call it a day. I'm hearing Nice Girls Don't Get the Corner Office. Now that was a book that I read a long time ago about women asserting themselves in often male-dominated industries, but also against other women, I feel, in this situation. And you're kind of killing people with kindness here. You're kind of like, you know, we've done such a great job. Again, like a leadership kind of energy coming from you, where you're dealing with a team that it's just like, all right, I'm so peopled out. We're not doing this again. But thanks for coming. Like, thanks for your contributions. I do feel like you might have to chase some loose ends of people's things. I also get the sense that like someone owes you money for a gift for someone else. This could be a sibling. And you're like, hey, can you transfer me that funds, please? Okay. Lovers. What do they need to wrap up? I get the feeling you also need to stock up on like food and groceries because and drinks, because you might be entertaining loved ones. And as much as you don't want to do it, you also know in your head that you're never doing it again. But the more like stockpile of stuff you have, the more prepared you feel. Not that you have to go all out and spend heaps of money. It's not like that at all. It's just better to entertain people with food and drink than with your energy is kind of how this is feeling. Yeah, 4 of Swords. Because you really need a rest after that. So in that like higgledy-piggledy week between Christmas and New Year, whatever you celebrate, and regardless if you're still at work, prioritize that week for yourself. Prioritize that week to sleep, to get extra sleep, to love on yourself. But I also feel like this person might be wanting to spend some time with you during that time, and that's going to feel all exciting. It's going to feel all revealing. It's going to feel, but also very comforting, also very relaxing, also very calming, because now there's not this mystery. Now there's not this doing everything alone kind of energy. Okay. I do want to get a bonus card for you. I feel like you need an extra advice card. And what to wrap up before the end of 2024. What's the advice here for pile 2? I'm not the victim, I'm the lighthouse. Yeah. you don't go running around the maze or the island or the ocean trying to stop boats from crashing into the island. You just stand there and shine. Like I said, you have mastered your ability to shine your own light and to cultivate your own light. When it's dim, you can bring it up more. So this rest period, like that you're getting in that last week of 2024, is helping you to realize this Five of Pentacles is just a temporary situation that you can't avoid for the rest of your life, but now you're very equipped to handle it by just focusing inward, because I feel like you tend to want to overdo it in terms of helping other people, especially you've done that with this relationship or situation, or other people similar to this if you haven't met this person already. But I do get a familiarity about this. And so you just stand there and shine, and it is literally attracting to you visitors and guests and people in awe of your structure. And it's like a very delicate, mysterious thing. It's very, again, that Willow song is strongly, I don't know the album that all of these songs are from, but it's like something very whimsical, okay, about you, that when you hone into that is enough, is everything that inspires people about you. This is quite a convoluted message, so it feels very specific. Let me know how and what parts of this resonated. It's not that all of it's going to resonate with everyone, but I feel like very specific parts will resonate with different people. So let me know in the comments if you chose pile number 2. And I'm just sending you so much love. It's actually really beautiful, and something I can kind of relate to as well. So if you'd like a deeper look at something like this, or deeper look at 2025, of course you can book a personal reading with me. The link is in the description box. Just make sure you add your question to the note section at checkout so that I can go as deep as possible. And if you didn't know, I feel like a lot of people don't realize that they're actually YouTube videos. They're private listed YouTube videos, so you get to watch that over and over again. And they're 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and 45 minutes. You can pick your time based on like how in depth or how many parts of that question that you actually have, or different questions altogether. So go and check that out. If you've thought about it, I feel like that's a bit of a gift to yourself. And I don't say that to everyone, but I feel like you guys just needed to know that you're on track and that you are really powerful in a very delicate, whimsical, sweet way. And that is your superpower. Don't lose that. And someone is very attracted to that. So yeah, that's what I have for you. I hope that you have an amazing 2024. I will see you in 2025. Thank you so much for being here. And good luck. Merry Christmas. Pile number 3, you chose the Peace card. And this is your reading all about the rest of 2024. We're going to look at love, money, and what you need to wrap up before the end of the year. With this energy, it actually feels very aesthetic is the word that I want to use. And I know that it has taken on a whole new, it's when I first heard people using the word aesthetic, just full stop. Oh my gosh, it's so aesthetic. I was so cringe. But I hope that you understand what I'm saying when I say it, because I mean it in the way that people overuse it or misuse it now. It feels very like spatial. It feels very color coordinated. It feels obviously beige. It feels, and not in the bad way, but okay, I'm hearing what's that guy's name? I'm Vanilla Baby. Okay, I'll joke you, but I'm not girl though. Okay. I'm not gonna sing the rest of those words out loud, but yeah, it's giving very put together girly, okay, very like Insta girl, regardless of gender. That's the energy. But it's also giving rich. Minimal. Maybe you're finding a lot of peace in the rest of the year by minimizing your wardrobe, by color coordinating things, but just by doing things that you haven't had a chance to do. but like prepping yourself for 2025, like a new you, a more peaceful version of you. Let's look at love. Ace of Swords in the reverse. Love for pile number 3 for the rest of 20. We have a flipper. 3 of Pentacles. Rest of 2024. 3 of Wands. 6 of Cups. King of Pentacles. Lovers. Bottom of the deck. 9 of Cups. Interesting. You've got a couple of cards here from both piles prior to you. However, I feel like this message is quite different. Okay. I'm hearing, truth be told, I don't want to know. Truth be told, speak to the hand. Okay. Truth be told, I don't need your explanation as a closure. Truth be told, I don't want your olive branch. You can go jump. You can go kick rocks. I mean, I can't remember his name. That guy that sings that song that I was channeling before has a very charming, cheeky kind of energy, which makes me think of a player. Not to say that he is, but it's giving that energy. So in love, I feel like you only want people around you, and you're happy to wait for these people if they're not already in your existence, or you're happy to wait for, I get that there's someone else. My throat chakra is kind of like funky at the minute. And this is a very expressive, like the 3s are very expressive, but particularly that 3 of Wands, I just feel it's like scream it into the void, because it's like you're sending a wish out into the universe right now, about something that you set for yourself, but you went against yourself. That's the poise that I'm picking up here. That's the minimal, cultivated vibe that I'm picking up here. You may be having a glow up of sorts that is far from blingy. It is a la natural. It's Pamela Anderson style. Do you know what I mean? And I get the sense that there's someone from your past, or that feels like a past life, or that you've known for a very long time. That is a thread that was present in one of the other piles as well. Regardless, I feel like you've envisioned a life with this person from the first moment you met them, and maybe you've never been in a relationship with them. So if you want to scream at me about it, I don't want to get back with my ex, don't get back with your ex. I get the feeling there's 2 people in your energy right now, even though there's technically only one person showing up here, and then there's the lovers. But I feel like you've had an ex. Yeah, there's technically 2 people. You've had an ex that you're like, I don't want your explanation. I don't want your, I'm hearing kick it to the curb. All the things, all of your things in a box to the left, to the left, to the left. This is my left. You might have even had like fur babies with this person, like actually, because look at that. And that's all the closure you need. You're like, can I have my animal? Yep, thanks. Bye. You're very, I want to say come to Jesus, but it's coming home to self. You're very sovereign of who you are. I just heard Lady Sovereign. That's, okay. Love me or hate me, it's still an obsession. Lady Sovereign. Okay. Old school. That used to be my MySpace name. That's so funny. You're very confidently stripping back the layers of bullshit to become the person who feels intrinsically linked to the person from your past that you either know now or is just prepping to be in your life. Why does... Ooh, what have we done here? Okay, 5 of Swords. Why is this person... Oh, they were waiting for the competition to be... Okay, I just heard fed and watered. It's kind of like a pet. oh God. This person that you know from the past, now you might not be aware of them right now. When they come through, you'll be like, aha. But I feel like this person was observing your situation through the eyes of peace, just being all cool, calm, very stable kind of person, doing well for themselves. Maybe you would never even consider, might have been married at one point, or be more mature than their age. And they considered the person that you were just recently with as your pet. This person you were recently with might have been younger than you or acted a fool, right? A grown-ass person acting like a silly little chihuahua. No shade to the chihuahuas out there. Okay, but it's like you had a lap dog and this person's going to be... I want to say like your Rottweiler or your German Shepherd, like they're known to be like stronger dogs, but they're the boss dogs. Okay, let me say that. So I get the sense that this person wasn't fussed by the competition, but was just waiting for you to get rid of your pet, aka the ex, not the actual fur baby you may have shared with that person. The shade, I love it. Why the Three of Pentacles though? It's like you're calling in a new table, like knights around the round table. I'm actually seeing Daenerys Targaryen in my head, so only trusted people. She was quite suspicious of people too sometimes, and sometimes too trusting, but you know, she came good. Seven of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, Page of Swords, Ten of Wands. You've patiently waited for the right people to come into your life, but you've filled that time with some, I'm now hearing like play with dogs and you'll get fleas, with some people that perhaps were not great for you. And that's why you're coming at this with a sense of peace, because you're just like, it was just a cha-cha. It was just a blip. Like, I'm still moving. I'm still good. This person, the ex here, could have been very narcissistic, mind games kind of energy. Or you even had a lot of friends that were playing mind games and temporarily had you looking in a different direction. Notably, I'm seeing the Two of Wands here looking in one direction and the Three of Wands looking in another direction. Okay, now to me, when I'm looking at these cards, the Three of Wands is the higher number and it's looking to the north. It's looking up, it's looking to the future. And the Two of Wands is looking to the past. Now you do still have a wand on the Two of Wands in the other direction, which to me is looking that way. Okay, it's looking to the future. So you temporarily were distracted by friends and lovers that temporarily had you thinking that you were not all that. But I feel like that moved quite quickly. The Page of Swords here, I feel like they revealed their true self very quickly. So it could all have happened in the last 3 months. You found a new friend group, you found a lover. There might have been some fun and adventure, but it very quickly turned to jealousy, stalking. These are pretty heavy words. Like verbal manipulation, insults, and it very quickly the tables turned, because I'm kind of seeing you sitting in the middle, like standing tall and proud, actually, not sitting, standing tall and proud in the middle of this Wheel of Fortune, and you were the one that was spinning. So everyone was orbiting around you. So they just couldn't keep up. No wonder they were triggered, right? And that's why I feel like you are coming at this with a sense of peace, like everything in life. This card feels very integrated into this reading. It's not just your overall energy. It's like actually very into like self-love here. That you had to experience this very briefly so that you could remember who you are, come home to yourself again, and forgive yourself very quickly. And that's why it's like, no, now I know for certain it's time to level up. And that word gets overused as well, but it's a shedding of people, places, things, thoughts, behaviors. And I'm seeing things as like trend items specifically needing to be shed, and trend people needing to be shed. So people who are like, they come across charming and witty and fun, but like they're only here for a good time, not a long time, so they've got to go. Okay, I feel like we need more info on this love situation, especially the one moving forward. Child. Okay, so instead of having a child lover, you want a child in the future. This King of Pentacles, who feels like has been energetically watching you, if not physically watching you, might already come with children. But I'm also getting the sense that you need to become more childlike once all the distractions are out of the way, right? Because you've got a cat face here and a ball of wool. Cats are very distracted. And the energy of like a loyal dog. Cats don't often get the appreciation of being loyal, but they really are. Like they'll find their way home after being missing for 2 months. That might actually be very specific for someone. But if you take away all the distractions, the cat is very peaceful and calm. The cat and their purring will center you, will help to regulate your adrenals, your heartbeat, your, whatever. I actually also feel like if you're the femme here, this King of Pentacles loves to see you thriving in whatever lights you up in a childlike way, and be seductive and playful with that energy. So seducing your life from a clean slate. What else is happening moving forward in love before the end of 2024? Storm. That could actually be someone's name here. Yeah, I'm hearing storm in a teacup. You really are most powerful when you're in something, not when you're contained, but like people see you as quite poised and whatever, but behind the closed doors, when you get to know me, I don't need all the distractions. I don't need all the trendy accessories, because who I am is enough. Because who I am is powerful. I'm getting the sense of like you being able to wield powers, kind of like that dragon book. A lot of mention of dragons at the moment. Okay. Held. I actually want to turn that upright. Yeah, it's like you had to hold this other person. This person's going to hold you. They have the capacity to. And again, the simplicity. There's something so beautiful about the simplicity of your next relationship that seems to be headed towards you. And it's just going to, like, when you sit still, is going to alight upon you like a butterfly. The artist. Yeah, so playing with this, having fun with this, being creative with this. I feel like we need to leave that there. I do feel like there's this person coming into your energy. They're not going to be, there's almost a cockiness kind of coming through too. They're not going to be bothered by your past relationship because you're not bothered. And that's very, very powerful. People underestimate. When I tell people, what you are doing and what you are becoming and what you are thinking has a big effect on the people that you attract. They want to know everything about the other person, but it's actually so, so important. That is the whole answer. That is the whole point. And there's so much depth to that. Like, focus in on that. Focus in on you. 9 of Cups. Focus in on you and what makes you happy. The more you do it, the more this person is like absolutely pumped to be with you. And this person, I get the feeling they don't get absolutely pumped by very much, because I feel like they're quite accomplished. And not to say that everyone accomplished is boring. All right, let's have a look at money. What does pile number 3 need to know about money? Before the end of 2024, 6 of Cups. What is happening with pile number 3's money before the end of 2024? I'm hearing, instead of the Spice Girls singing Mama, I love you, I'm hearing Papa, I love you, okay? Seven of Pentacles, Five of Wands. Okay, I'm getting specifically that a family Christmas or celebration, whatever you celebrate, family something. It's not a competition, and you don't have to overspend. You don't have to F up your investments in order to look the best. Again, with like shedding old expectations or shedding old versions of yourself that felt like you were wearing a mask anyway. Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck when it comes to money. Okay. And you got Two of Wands over here, and the person was facing in a different direction. Look at that. Right? With your money is happening at the same time as the relationship. Funny how that works. Funny how that works. When you shed whatever feels toxic or heavy, or that you were like superficially tied to, I also get social media, having a bit of a social media detox and finding other ways to get your dopamine hits. Okay, finding healthier ways to get your dopamine hits. They really don't want you to waste money on bad habits in the next couple of weeks, because where you're going now, they're almost like act as if it's 2025 now, which is actually quite different to the message of love. It's like focus on now when it comes to love, focus on you and where you're at and doing all the things to shed. But in terms of money, I feel like you're in a place where you're already very energetically, materially ready for 2025, to the point where you could even be doing some work already that is going to be launched, or that is for 2025. So that might make you think that you're so far ahead that you can indulge overly, and they're really wanting you to avoid that because it could undo some of the work that you've already done, especially if you do choose to hang around some of those old friends and people that feel trendy or temporary, or like they've revealed themselves to you. So again, tied in that way, but on almost like different timelines. What else about... I'm going to use this deck still and put that there. What else about this Six of Cups? Again with the dogs. You've got to be loyal to the vision that you, this clean slate, you've got to be loyal to that. You've got to be very committed to that, and it's got to be in love, friendships, and again, like I said, in behaviors and in patterns of spending. Wheel of Fortune again. Wow, this is big time. You know, you're about to be blessed. If you can avoid the bad behaviors is what I want to say. The overspending, the overdrinking, the overeating, the over generosity. If you can avoid all of that and kind of go ghost on a few things, you might be working on a secret project. You might be working on something that you need to, it's kind of like gathering information about, or that other people are just not going to understand. It's like you've had such a transformation in the past 3 months. People might have written you off in the past 3 months, just gone, okay, pile number 3, they've lost it. And you're like, what do you mean? That was just a cha-cha. Your comeback is going to be spectacular, but you don't need to tell everyone about it, because I feel like, in a sense, you've lost a bit of credibility. And I say this with so much love, and I have to be honest. You've lost a bit of credibility in who you were hanging out with. It's kind of like guilty by association. And so you might need to keep a couple of your plans quiet, especially the things you're working on. And especially if people are offering you a lot of drinks or food or something like that, or outings, and you're saying, no, thank you, no, thank you. Talk to the hand. I don't need your closure. I don't need your apology. I don't need the going away party. I don't need. Like, gone. So many things are just they might accuse you of like, oh, why are you pregnant? Oh, why are you hanging out with your deadbeat friends? Oh, are you... And it might not be that they're deadbeats. It's just that they're not like the vibe that you normally subscribe to, or what people think that you would want to be, or you've lowered your standard in some way, but on accident, right? Yeah, I just don't think that people are going to fully understand, and they may even want to talk you out of it or steal your ideas. So focus on forward, but do it from within bounds. Like, you're not out in the world screaming it into the, like I said, scream into the abyss back here, I think. You're not shouting it out. You are shouting out your love to the universe, but you're not shouting it out to the public. And I feel the same with the money. Like, you're doing it you're making your wishes on a windowsill, not on a megaphone standing on top of a building, because people seem to want to take advantage of you, or they think with that loss of credibility, oh, well, I'll kick them while they're down. Jeez, you've got some, I mean, humans can be shit, honestly. But you've got some people who would try to manipulate you with money if you reveal too much, especially if there's a win or I want to say downfall, but it's more like a down payment or windfall. That's what it is. It's a windfall. Yeah. A loan of some description, especially from a family member. If you got given like a check for Christmas or something like that, and you could be like, oh, that's perfect timing because I just want to take a break. And no, because I just get the feeling it's not like you're not having fun. You're just finding different ways to water yourself so that you stay on the new path of peace, rather than getting caught up in old cycles that feel quite new old cycles, if that makes sense, like recent history old cycles, so that people can't steal from you, cheat, like muddle in your business. Okay, anything else about money before the end of 2024? Yeah. Stick with the people that make you feel alive. So if you're already in an existing relationship, obviously there's different parts of this reading that are going to resonate with you. And you can manipulate that. You can take that whole love section how you need to. But I feel like just hang out with the people that matter to you. Dream your new life into being. Kind of see it taking shape around the people that you can trust and around the family that you do want to be around. Focus on that, because that's going to be very nourishing. It's going to be very moisturizing, for lack of a better word, for your money to start flowing. And I feel like it's kind of spitting out like a pokey machine. So some of you might have had a gambling addiction, and now you're lubricating your own vessel, okay? Your own vision, your own peace, for the money to start shooting out in new ways, in ways that aren't about gambling, that are in ways that are beyond maybe what you expected. And especially if you've been given, some kind of money, you're actually using that in a new way. And don't even feel like you're spending anything. That's how it feels. Like you're really just keeping mum about your money and enjoying life's simple pleasures and working on things behind the scenes until it's the right time to share with the right people. Okay. All right, let's have a look quickly at what does pile number 3 need to wrap up or focus on before the end of 2024. 4 of Swords. Mind your mind. Be active in order to activate more peace. Okay, so I feel trance state, walks, swimming laps especially, climbing mountains, that kind of thing, to really move the energy out of you. Lovers, I do sense that this person is going to make an entrance or, make some kind of small offering towards you. Confession, apology, a romantic kind of gesture, if you will, towards you. but it's still because you're doing it to yourself every single day. Yeah, King of Pentacles. It's very focused on who's focused on you. But don't you focus on this, because you don't have to do anything. This is saying you really don't have to do much except for stay away from trouble and go and seek outlets for your energy that feel very grounded and peaceful and light. And when I say grounded, there's an airiness to all of this. So getting high, like, not like that, going up high mountains, or going, like, diving even. Like, there's places where it's very quiet. All right, my camera is overheating, so one more. Ooh, I saw a little flipper. Okay, 3 of Swords. So yeah, more peace, less pain. More peace, less pain. That is your whole motto for the rest of the year. Let's get a final card. True abundance is an inside job. Right back to where we started. I love this for you, pile number 3. Please let me know how it resonated for you in the comments below. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, the link is in the description box below. And if you didn't know, they are recorded readings. They are video recordings just like this that you can access and watch back on YouTube. Just make sure that you leave your question or questions in detail, in as much detail as you feel is important, so that I can give you a very robust reading. And you can choose from 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and 45 minutes. So I feel like I needed to share that. I'm very proud of how I offer these readings. It's a very sacred space. We tend to get a lot out of it. And people come back because it's almost like a therapy as such, even to the point where next year there's going to be some changes actually around that itself. So stay tuned for those announcements when they happen. I'm also going to change up my layout here because I'm going to be moving. So yeah, stick around. If you like the vibe of this, and if you feel the conversational element of like a trusted friend, that's kind of what I kind of get the feedback of a lot of times, let me know. Leave a positive comment below, but also hit the subscribe button, because I'd love to see you back here. And I really wish you all the best with this, because this is actually really beautiful. It's not cringe. Let me say that. It's not cringe. It's aesthetic. For your heart space, your mind, body, and soul. I love it. And this person thinks you're the bee's knees too. Like, you don't have to be like other people, okay, to stand out, because you are simply perfect. I love it. True abundance is an inside job. Thank you, pile 3. I will see you in the next one. Bye.